Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Season 43 of Alliance War has concluded and the rewards were sent out earlier this evening. So we're going to open some Nexus crystals today. We're going to open a 7-star crystal and then we're going to spend a few minutes talking about how the season ended up going for myself and for my Alliance SSX. Alright, so first things first, let's go ahead and claim these. So for the tier 6 class catalyst, I'm going all science. I'm all in on science tier 6 CC, and that is because 7-star Void is coming to the game at some point during this month in the loyalty crystal, and I want to ideally have enough catalysts ready to rank to him immediately should I be lucky enough to pull him. And then for these Nexus crystals, I'm going to go double tech because I'm still missing Shocker, and he is in the basic pool. If you remember way back during the feature that he was in, he was the only champion that didn't get out of that pool and decided to just wait on it. I opened a Tech Abyss Nexus for him, I think, and still didn't get him, so we're going to go double tech. And there are a few tech dupes that I would like as well. Alright, let's go ahead and open these 6-star Tech Nexus crystals. So again, Shocker is the #1 option here. I think there are a few Tech champions that I'm still looking for dupes on. Stark has Spider-Man I need a dupe on. I want to say I'm still missing the dupe on Ultron as well. So those would be cool. And the only Tech champ that I think I'm actually missing other than Shocker is like Silver Centurion. So if we see him, we might pick him up too. Let's go ahead and open these and see what we get. Hey, in the first one, let's go. Let's go. Yes, that is so good. Yes. All right, let's go look at the second one here. Max Sig, and we're awakening Sparky. Yes. Yes, man, I haven't had 2 War Nexus crystals go this well ever. They've always been like either one okay and one trash. These are 2 A+ pulls. So happy with this. The two most wanted pulls here. That's phenomenal. Couldn't be happier with these pulls. Man, that's good. Go ahead and take a screenshot there. Share it with everybody. Alright, we do have enough shards for a 7-star, so we're going to go ahead and open one of these. So out of here, you know, I'm still missing a bunch of champs in the basic pool. Mantis would be a top tier pull here. Sunspot would be also very, very good. Dragon Man, I do love Dragon Man quite a bit. Or OG Hulk, I think those 4 would be my top 4 new pulls. If I had to round it out with a top 5, I'd probably say like Guillotine, 2099. And then for dupes, I'm not really looking for a dupe necessarily, like Shuri or Overseer. A dupe on them would be great, but hoping for a new champ out of here, so go ahead and pop that in. Ooh, I think I said this in the previous War Rewards video, but it has been a long time, and it still feels this way to me. Since crystals actually had sort of like, you know, like weight or meaning to them, where every 7-star feels like it matters to my account still. So it's a good feeling. It makes the highs very high and then the lows very low. So. Alright, 7-star from War Rewards is landing on a 7-star Wong. Is that a... Okay, I couldn't remember if I had him or not. Okay, that's not really what I was looking for. I'm not a huge fan of Wong. He's really good in, like, lengthy, like, you know, Abyss-style content. Maybe he'll be useful in the next Abyss. I don't particularly care for his playstyle very much, so... we'll see. I mean, I'll rank him up or level him up rather, and play around with him. Maybe I've been missing something all along with him. So, all right, let's move over to the season review. All right, let's take a quick look at the season summary. So we finished season 43 with a record of 7-5, and that was good enough to get us once again into the Masters bracket. We snuck into the top 10 at rank 10. And this is the 4th season in a row that we finished in the top 10. So that is a huge accomplishment. Everybody worked really hard, and I am very proud of all my alliance mates in SSX. So for me personally, this was simultaneously kind of the best and the worst season that I've ever had in Tier 1. 65 kills for me this season. That is a new personal best. I think my previous high was 63, I want to say, a couple seasons ago. But on the other side of that coin, I also set a new personal worst, I guess you want to call it, in deaths for a season with 2. So last couple seasons were deathless, and then I had a pair of 1 death seasons. So I've actually like doubled my death total in all of my 6 seasons in SSX here. So I'm 342-4 overall, and when you look at it like that, that's a pretty damn good number. That's like a 98% plus solo rate. So it's hard to be too upset by that. So here's an at-a-glance look at all 65 of my fights from this season. Greens, of course, are solos, and the 2 yellow warts are the fights that I died against this season. We got the Kindred boss in War 2 against Legion, and then the Hazard Shift Nick Fury in War 8 against Chaos. So picking out favorite fight from this season, I think it came down to a tie between 2 fights. The Kindred boss in War 1. So at that point, Kindred was a brand new defender. He was a difficult defender, and nobody really knew how to fight him properly. So I was kind of like thrown into the fire in that war with Scorpion, and we came out with the solo. That felt really, really good. Because I don't think anybody else really wanted to take that fight. So, and then the other one is the Sasquatch boss in War 4 against 4 Loki. So in the off-season prior to 43, I had taken a Sasquatch boss out with Void, and I uploaded that one. And I really just wanted to prove that Void could manage that size health pool in a time-limited fight like in War. So I was really excited to actually get a chance to replicate that success in a live, season setting. And he absolutely crushed it. He destroyed that Sasquatch. So we were looking at that point for additional options for Sasquatch bosses, and Void definitely fit that bill. So thinking about my least favorite fight from this season, I think it's too easy to pick one of the fights that I died on. That's a little bit of low-hanging fruit there. So instead I'm going to go with the Ebony Maw in War 12 against New Nation. So that was a very difficult fight. It's a meta placement, and I think I mentioned in that video, my alliance mate Na has taken that fight with Titania or Mr. Negative probably 20 times total. That was my very first time taking him there, and we had a really butt-puckering moment there very early on in the fight where I nearly died, and I was somehow able to clutch it up. But that was a very stressful fight, and not really sure I want another chance at that one, if I'm being totally honest. All right, here's a look at my attackers for this season, and coming in at number 1, you love to see it, Void with 21 fights. I think I was the only person in my battle group who was assigned Void this season. So, it was really nice to get him off of defense and able to use him in some honest-to-goodness Tier 1 wars. Especially after last season when I kind of complained that I didn't get to use Viv very much. Being able to use my favorite champion in War at this level felt really freaking good. And next season he's going to be a tactic attacker, so I suspect that he is going to be getting even more use. Omega Sentinel coming in at number 2. No surprise there with Nimrod and Idoom banned this season. Omega Sentinel was pretty much my best tactic attacker, or my most consistent tactic attacker. And then Scorpion, we had a bunch of Scorpion wars with Agent Venom tagging along. Carl coming in at number 4. He's usually near the top of the list there. And then Titania rounding out the top 5. Had a bunch of fights with her. And then a few stragglers here and there. Agent Venom, Hulkling. 3 Viv fights. That's one more than last season. So hopefully with the new war map, we'll be getting some more Viv action. America Chavez finally getting to use her in War for the first time. And then APOC and Nick Fury with 1 fight each. Last but certainly not least, no War Reward video would be complete without a huge thank you to the officers and planners in SSX, especially those who plan wars for us over in BG3, first of which is Mr. DLL here, and then the second of which is Na. These guys, I say this every War Rewards video, they put in a ton of work week after week, war after war, making good, solid war plans for us, putting each of us in a position to succeed, and we enjoyed quite a bit of success as evidenced by our 4th straight top 10 finish. And I have the utmost respect for these guys as players and as human beings, so huge thank you once again to both of them. That's going to do it for this one, folks. Thank you once again for sticking with me for another season. I am going to continue the war videos into Season 44. If you could could let me know in the comments below if any of these war videos has helped you, I would be most appreciative. The reason that I continue to do these war videos is not only to help my alliance take fights in the future, but also to help subscribers take fights as well. So if you ever watched one of my war videos and said to yourself, wow, I didn't know that attacker could take that defender on that node, or wow, now he really showed me how to properly play that fight, I would really love to hear about it, so be sure to leave me a comment below. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next season.